Greetings, peace. Welcome back. As I mentioned, I got arrested August 7th, 1979, a short period after a little over a month of the incident itself. After a jury trial and a conviction, I was sentenced to 25 years to life. From being upstate in 1981, came out and released 2016, just in time to observe Trump's presidency. Compared to all the presidents that I came across during my incarceration or imprisonment, if you will, these are the presidents that I had time to study, research, and observe. Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Bill Clinton, Bush Jr., then it was Barack Obama, then, like I said, Donald Trump, and now we have Biden on his way out. As for governors, Hugh Carey, Mario Cuomo, George Pataki, Eliot Spitzer, I remember him very well, David Paterson, Andrew Cuomo, and now Governor Kathy Hochul. Mayors Ed Koch, David Dinkins, Rudy Giuliani, Michael Bloomberg, de Blasio, and Adams. I observed and watched every one of them during my bid. I remember Adams when he was, borough president, president of the 100 Black Law Enforcement, okay, captain, mayor. Now you're in trouble. This I mentioned because of bad leadership is why we are in a state that we are in. Disobedience overall by everyone involved, everyone affected by other people's fitna or rebellion or unbecoming behavior. I can go a whole slew of lists, but my time is brief, and I want to make my statement, the message clear, because this is an ongoing series. This is just the beginning of one. I will go over everything again that I mentioned in the upcoming series of these addresses. More importantly, though, is that since I've been out, I've seen many things that only point and prove how ignorant many of us are. How many of us is unconscious of what we're doing. How many of us is ungodly conscious. Ungodly conscious, that's a new term. In other words, you're conscious of ungodliness as opposed to godliness. You're more familiar with the activities of unrighteousness and disobedience to the Maker instead of obedience and adhering to the scriptures provided by the Creator. We are becoming to be a soulless country, plagued with death. And all the signs have been coming that leading up to this very day. You had a lunar eclipse, you had meteor showers, you had earthquakes, you had unpredictable, unforeseen weather patterns. Just had 2 hurricane storms that ripped apart the southern border, the southern states, from the Gulf. Our condolences go out to the loss of those who passed. We pray for those who are with us and remain alive and went through that catastrophe. But we should never forget the lack of response by this administration. This Biden administration, this Kamala administration. I watch them and I hear everything. You got some real biased news medias out there. But you have one that stands alone in delivering the truth, the facts, and present them like they're supposed to be presented. Unimpeded, unhindered, raw facts. And that is Fox Cable News. You should try it. It's the antidote for the disease in your ears. Read the scriptures for the disease in our hearts. Follow right guidance and right leadership, which is only possible if you think clearly. You can't be intoxicated all day. So I'm going to leave you with these words into our next series and my next address. I will close with this. I have mentioned the presidents I have followed, had plenty of time to study and observe closely their decision-making or lack thereof, like the current administration. I heard what Obama had to say about black men not voting for Kamala Harris. Well, your Lord has raised me up high enough to see many things. And as for Obama, he shouldn't say anything, simply because when Jeremiah Wright, and I'll say pastor in front of it, Jeremiah Wright, the church he belonged to, was saying some very accurate things about this country. Its character, demeanor. And Obama was given a choice. Stick with your bastard or become president of these United States. Make your choice and make your choice fast. He did not hesitate, as you know. He got 8 years out of it and did nothing for black people. One would think from the prison cell that he would mention land for our people's independence, because you can't be independent on money alone. You need land. You need to walk on your own property. And let me also say this about Biden, the liar. He says that immigrants built this country, and yet Kamala Harris didn't correct him. Nobody in the Senate that looked like me corrected him. Hakeem Jeffries didn't say nothing. Same people, same suspects, going way back to when Bill Clinton put his penis in Monica Lewinsky's mouth. He knew what he was doing. That wasn't no act of desire. That was a pact with the devil. And when he pulled his penis out of the mouth, he left Satan in the system. That's why you're going through what you're going through. That's why the Democrats are so naive and not addressing things, because the devil is doing his work. They allow him to do the work because they want to stay in power, but little do they realize that the devil, Satan, always leaves his votaries in the lurch in the final analysis of things. He's a liar and the father of it. Don't you understand that? Why do you keep following these people that don't follow God, don't follow God, being God? Don't follow them. Plain and simple. The Creator says, I have created all things in pairs for your instruction. You got so bold, you started making triangles, trinities. We gotta get our thing right and stop being lazy, self-centered. I would say some other terms that fit the description just right, but that wouldn't benefit nobody. We got to start doing what we're supposed to be doing. And this election, let me advise you something. I watched Donald Trump from the beginning of his days when he had black-haired young guy. Remember, businessman. Sure, I guess he was ambitious like anybody else and everybody else in that world, whether it be politics or business. They're very ambitious. They want to accomplish. They got a goal to achieve. But Donald Trump has always had that aura about him that he's about this country. He's about America. I always got that sense about him. When he was hanging out with Don King. Remember those days, Don King and Trump in the boxing world. I'm pretty sure Trump had other business affiliates and stuff like that, but being with Don King, your mind has to be on profits and making money. So being with Don King also demonstrated and proved that Trump can work with anybody. And he's not racist as you claim. The only one that's racist is Satan against the human race. Do you understand it? That's all that counts. All we have is each other. One energy is pointing towards salvation and success. The other energy is just the opposite. Failure, grief, agony, sometimes suicide. Because that's his purpose of destroying us. This is to be continued. I assure you that. I didn't even get started yet. I leave you today as we presented ourselves and approached each other in our present here today. And I leave with wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, insan, humanity. Y'all take care. Reflect on what is said here today. There's more to come. We just got to get me to be interviewed by the media and ask questions, and I will answer them. So I'll answer the question of who to vote for. This presidency, vote for Trump, the American, pro-American, patriotic American. And as far as black people are concerned, we all must be patriotic as well because of our ancestors' sake, who got us this far. Lincoln got us free. I'm going to talk to Trump to get us some land. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Y'all have a good day.